Jackie's up. Good evening, everyone. My name's Irene, for those of you who don't know me. Just checking my iPad out while I wait for people to jump online. But as per usual, it does its own little tricks. Gotta come off it and then go back on it. Don't you just love it? I can see he's jumping on there. Hi, Natalie. I'm absolutely fine today, thank you very much. Just really bad migraine yesterday. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Glynis. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Lisa. I'm just doing my iPad, doing the norm. There I am. Now watch volume come on. I'll be shocked if it hasn't. It hasn't, There's a first, isn't it? There's a first. Normally it is. It's nice to know I was missed, Jackie. I didn't think I had so many people who cared about me, so I totally appreciate all the hi Laura, hi Sandra. I am Pauline. I'm feeling loads better. It's just migraine. I used to suffer absolutely terrible with them. Then I got my ear pierced the beginning of this year, and it seems to have helped. It's just every now and again when we're getting storms like this, my head just blows off its shoulders. So it was like 4 migraine tablets yesterday and 2 paracetamol later, and I thought, not going to be able to do like last night. That's why I posted. But yeah, I'm feeling loads better. Been to work today. But yeah, it's just the weather. Pants in it. But thank you very much for all your concerns there and all your good wishes. Totally appreciate it. Nice to know I was missed. Hi Ashley, hi Vicky, hi Chloe. Right, hopefully we won't get any Mr. Men on tonight. I want to call them Mr. Men because I don't want to glorify them. So all I ask you to do is like it and share it. It's absolutely amazing, Chloe. Yeah, I was thinking about getting the other one done as well. Yeah. I'm feeling loads better, thank you very much. So, you know what we say, don't you? Please like it, please share it as many times as you want to. You know it goes, don't you? Because I've got a few things. Right, I've got the spooky night that's coming up on October 31st. Right, so I'm selling tickets for that if anybody wants to come along for the spooky night. It's from 10 o'clock till 2 in the morning. If you're interested in that, give me a shout. Oh, thanks, Tracy. They'll be out on the telly at 6 o'clock. That's why you're missing me. I'm just the info, aren't I? It's better than watching the adverts. But yeah, so we've got that on October the 31st. Now then, if you're in the, what do we call it? The questions and answers in the group, I posted a poll in there if you would pay per view to come and watch me do a special evening of clairvoyance. Now, what that's going to entail is, if I do it, it'd be something along the lines of be the 2-3 quid. It won't be no more than 3 quid. And you'd have to pay to come in, and it'd be held in a Zoom room. And you'd all like get admitted into the Zoom room, but what would happen is you would pay, yeah, you would pay for it, and then I would send you the link to come into the Zoom room, but you wouldn't get into the Zoom room without paying. Now, where I'm saying it's special, it'd be a special evening in clairvoyance or mediumship. So the difference would be you guys would have to send me a photograph of a loved one that's just passed, or in Spirit Side of Life, if you've got a picture, or you could send me a picture of a flower, yeah. And once you're in that Zoom room and everybody's paid and everything, I would pick like a picture of your loved one or a flower at random, and then I would proceed to read that. If that makes sense to you, but I believe that's what I'm going to be doing. So if you want to partake in that, get yourselves over in the questions and answers, and there's a little bit of a poll on there. If you want to do it, just tick yes. If you would be willing to pay the either £2 or £3. What you're saying, there's no sound, Jackie? Is everybody else can hear me? Jackie's saying there's no sound. Have I lost sound again? Right, you can't see me now. Oh, I'm still here. I haven't gone. Must be you, Jack. Is everybody else hearing and seeing me all right? Anybody? Nobody? Everybody still seeing me? Right, Nicola, she can hear me, so there's quite a few who can still hear me. Can you still see me? Yeah, it must be you then, Jackie. It must be you. So, the Zoom room, if you want to do that, get yourselves over in the questions and answers and tick yes. And if you want that happening, it'll probably be the end of next month or in the middle of next month, whatever. I'll sort dates out and I'll post it on here. I'll let you know what's going on. So if you'd wanted to do that, that's what we'll be doing. So without further ado, I'm going to start your first card off. And why I'm starting your first card off, your card off. Hi, Hazel. Keep liking and sharing it. Here's your first card. Yeah. And it's all about the skills. Who's got skills? Right, I've got loads of skills, mate, or so she says. But I am going to say there's room for improvement here. So I am going to say there's changes of jobs and it's going to be big time. Okay. It's not just a small job. Hi, and Maureen. It's a big job, right? So we're going to be changing jobs. There's lots of changes. And I am going to say I'm getting quite upset over it as well. But it's time to move on. You know, when we get attached to something and we don't like to see it go or move forward, we have to let go of the old to bring in the new. And that's what this card's screaming out at me. You've got to let go of the old. You've got to let it go. If you don't let it go, you'll never progress forward to the next stage of your life, in that, if that makes sense. And I don't mean like your next stage going over this side. I mean your next journey, because there's plenty of changes coming in here. Hi, Karen. Hi, Alison. But yeah, loads of changes are coming in, and you've got to go with them. But don't be upset, because the tears that you cry are going to be tears of joy, because I believe it's a job you've been waiting for a long time. So whether you've had this application form in and you haven't heard anything, so you thought you hadn't got it, I'm telling you, the confirmation's in the post. That's what I'm feeling, and that's what I know, and that's what I see on this card. I'm also going to say as well, please, Isa. Hi, Tilly. Hi, Vicky. I'm just seeing letters coming out the card. That's why I've gone quiet, because I don't normally see the letters and they're floating out at me, okay? And I'm trying to work out what the letters are saying to me. But I do believe, what do I want? I don't know. Right. I'm going to say with this card as well, I've got Romany connections. There's a Romany connection here. So whether I'm connected to gypsies or Romany connections, that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing on the wrong one again. I don't know, you're mad, you's lot. Absolutely mad, and you laugh at me. I don't know, you's there. And I think it's catching. I want Romany connections here, or gypsy links. There's connections somewhere, and I want to go way back with this as I connect to the card there. But I am going to say where the changes are, there's lots of them. Go with the changes, especially where the workplace related. Let the tears cry, let them come out, get rid of the emotion, but move forward, okay? You've got to move forward. And that's what I'm going to say to you, okay? So there's big mega changes there. The November month comes out thick and fast. And that's where I have to say to you where the November month is. But there's lots of changes. There's loads of changes where work is concerned, okay? So please, please, please go with them changes. Don't drag your heels and don't look back. You're not to look back. That's what I have to say to you. Right, folks, without further ado, if you can understand that card, please take what it needs to take. But I can't talk now. There goes Irene's mouth. You know I'm going to ask you to do, don't you? Start putting your numbers in. But when you put your numbers in as well tonight, folks, put your locations in as well so I know where yous are from. Yeah, right. Here we go. They're early tonight, folks. Do you not think? Do you not think they're early tonight? I do. Right, hang on. Don't stop moving. Oh, look, I've put him up there now. Dear me. Who am I getting? There. Hang on, here we go. And just let me get rid of that. There we are. Right, I think we're done. Are you putting your locations in? There we are. Yeah, the locations are coming up now. Brilliant. So keep them locations coming up as well as your numbers. I was on the run there, and I've highlighted Lisa's. Can you see the highlighter, Lisa? Sorry, Lisa, I didn't mean to do that. It's just when they're on the run, I can't catch them. Got to be quick. Hiya, Jackie. There, it's gone. I've got rid of it. But yeah, you know, we have how sometimes you get your little friends and whatnot. Well, there you are. We've had the friends in, so keep liking and sharing the post. Doesn't cost you anything to like and share. It's free. Was okay. Yeah, I got it. Boom. So keep liking and sharing the post. Cost you absolutely nothing to like and share. Now then, folks, before I switch this on tonight, as per usual, hi Linda. I've got two names in here. I've got a few from the Borough, Redcar, Thornaby, Tynemouth, right, Merrill, the Tynemouth. Oh, I did have a Tynemouth connection earlier. We'll see where we'll go with that, see if it comes back in. I'm just busy counting cards at the minute. I'm trying to keep my eyes open as well. I'm trying to keep my eyes on the job. Right, so like I said, folks, before I switched on tonight, I've got the name Keith. So I need the name Keith. And I believe I've got Keith, Spirit Side of Life. So if anybody can understand Keith, give us a yes down the bottom. In spirit, not here on the earth plane. I want him in spirit, right? So please don't say I've got him here on the earth plane. I don't want him on the earth plane. I want him in Spirit Side of Life. Right. I'm counting. So if anybody could understand, right, Karen, you know Keith, Spirit Side, yeah, definitely Spirit Side. Hiya, Debbie. Hiya, Dawn, and hiya, Anne. Right, so, and Vicky Dawson, you're saying, yes, you can understand the Keith, Spirit Side of Life. Right, so we have got quite a few who can understand Keith, Spirit Side. I just got Keith before I switched on tonight, that was all. And I'll tell you, would you understand the connection to North Yorkshire as well? Yorkshire. That's where I want to be. I want to be in Yorkshire as well. So I want to be in. I want to be in. I want to be in the Yorkshire Dales that way. Jason, no, don't speak Cherokee. Sorry. Spirit Side, right, Karen. So the Keith. Would you understand the Yorkshire? Yeah, yes to Yorkshire. Right, brilliant. It was just really strange how it came in, and I don't mean no offence by any way, shape, or form. But it's just the way Spirit bring things in every now and again, just to get my attention. And I'm going to give you a surname of Bennett as well. Hi, Andrea. And it's a Keith Bennett from the York Moors, is it Yorkshire Moors, Myra Hindley and all that. That's the name that was given to me before I switched on tonight. So I've had to separate it. And I'm not saying this Keith Spirit Side of Life is connected with that. It's just the way Spirit gave me it. So I would say it. So I need that surname of Bennett as well. And if that makes sense, give us a yes as well, Karen, with a Bennett, a surname of Bennett. No to Bennett. Well, I want Bennett here on the earth plane, right? A surname of Bennett. So remember, I've given you it. Hiya, Val. So the Keith, Spirit Side of Life, he comes in, and I believe he's coming in on the outside. I don't want him on the inside of the family. I want him on the outside. I can't talk. Outside of the family, on the outskirts there, Karen. If that makes sense to you. Right, there's Karen there. Who else said to Keith? Vicky, you did, right. Right, so keep that saying a yes or a no down the bottom for us. Keith was in-laws, right? So he's on the outside. So that's where he puts me, okay? And he comes in there, but I feel as though I need to bring a little bit of love and comfort here, Karen, to the earth plane, because he feels quite warm as he comes in there. So I feel as though I need to bring that warmth back in and around where a family member's concerned. So whether somebody here on the earth plane isn't very well at this moment in time, but that's how I feel. He comes in and he puts a load of heat around this area here. So whether somebody's suffering with the neck and the shoulder or something to do with the arm area, that's where he takes my attention. Jason, if you know the Keith as well, just keep listening, my love. So if you can understand that, Karen, please. And he also talks about the June month as well. He talks about the June month. But he also takes me to that... I do, Lindsay, thank you. He takes me to that Yorkshire connection as well. He takes me to the Yorkshire connection as well. So I believe that connection's going to come back in. So whether I've lost contact or lost touch with people who live in Yorkshire, I believe that contact's coming back in, but it brings the month of June back in as well. Right, thank you. And Tracy, you're saying yes to the Bennett. So he brings in that love and that healing there, Karen. Okay, so please take that on board what he's saying. Sorry, I was getting a little bit distracted by him. I'm reading other people's comments there. Right, so I am going to say to you, Karen, this gentleman would have lost quite a lot of weight before he went to Spirit Side of Life. He tells me he was a bag of bones. He tells me a bag of bones. That's the only way he says it. He was a bag of bones. He could have been quite stubborn as well when he was here on the earth plane. And he was one of these fellas, right? He was one of these fellas where he didn't give a monkey's fart whether he upset anybody or not. But when it come to the women, and I mean this, when he came to the women, I believe... I believe he would have been the type of fella who would have opened doors for the ladies. I believe he would have thought he was a little bit of a ladies' man, because that's how he presents himself there. So it's as if to say, well, I would have opened the door for the ladies. But he put himself over as being a man's man as well. But he was more for the ladies. And I am going to say where he would have been, he could have been a little bit obscure where the women were when he was here on the earth plane, and that's the impression he gives me there, Karen. So if that's correct, give me a triple yes down the bottom, and if it's not, that's fine. I don't mind the nose. So hang on. The card number where I've chosen is 61. 61. I need the number 61, please. Whoever's chosen 61, that's where I'm going with it. Jason, can I just say to you, my love, these card readings are really random, and if it makes sense to quite a few people, that's perfectly okay, because that's what it is. It's random reading, okay? If it was a personal one-to-one, the information would be so much different, but because there's that many of you listening and watching, it's the way spirit works sometimes. They'll bring in certain amounts of information that will touch upon quite a few years. All right. And that's all I've got to say about that. So I am going to say number 61. Who's saying 61? Right. As I look at the card while I'm waiting for a bit of confirmation on the 61, I am going to say that there is going to be a celebration. There's a family gathering. There's a family gathering, and it's coming up sooner as opposed to later. As these lockdowns are lifted, people are going to get together, and it's a bit like obvious that really. But I am going to say there is a celebration. So whether we're all getting around the table and we're having a good debate, and we're having a conversation about we're planning something, and that's what I'm getting off this card. Okay, so there's plans in the works there. So whether we're planning on a surprise party for someone, or we're planning on a surprise, it's a surprise birthday, that's what I am going to say, and it's a gathering, okay, and it's going to be as if to say we've been waiting ages to do this, and whether it's been knocked back twice or 3 times, now I know it's going to be there. All right. So there is a family gathering of some sort where we are going to be celebrating. all right? But I'm also going to say to you as well, I want where there's a female here on the earth plane, that's not very well at the minute, all right? Hi, Carol. There's a female here on the earth plane that's not very well at the moment, and I need to bring lots of love and healing. You don't want a party. She's already doing it for you. There's a lady that's here on the earth plane that's not very well at this moment in time. The name Marie comes out of the card. That's a name I need to connect with here on the earth plane. So if anybody can understand the name Marie here on the earth plane, that's not too well at the minute. That's where I need to. That's where I need to be. I can't understand these feeds. Jackie, you've been up twice, 3 times now, Jackie from Redcat. All the time it keeps coming up on both feeds as if to say, well, you've just come on, but you haven't. You've been there for ages since we started, which is really weird, but never mind. So yeah, there's a family gathering. There's a lady here on the earth plane, but I'm looking to connect to the name Marie. So who knows the name Marie here on the earth plane, please? Oh, Tracy, I was going to come to the party, you know. Right, so I'm looking for a Marie here on the earth plane. Nobody connecting to Marie. If we can't connect to Marie, I'm going to put the card back in the pack. Right. Right, Lisa Brown, your mum's Marie. And Merle, you know Maria. Right. So, where the Marie is here on the earth plane, all yous are connecting to that at the minute. I need to know there's a lady here on the earth plane that you touch upon where she's not very well, and she connects where the name Marie is. She connects where the name Marie is. The lady I see or I feel, she's in her early 60s. She's in her early 60s, and she seems to be, if she's had one ailment, she's had another ailment, and it's one after the other, and that's the way it's being brought in there. I'm being told this via spirit, by the way, folks. I'm being told this. There's a lady here on the earth plane who connects where Marie is. She's in her early 60s and she's had one ailment after the other, okay? And that's where I need, that's where I need to be. Anybody understand that before I go any further? Because if we can't understand it, it is you again, yeah. I can see you, Jackie. I can see Renee as well. Every 5 minutes, 2 seconds coming up on the feed. So when I'm waiting for feeds or people to give me a bit of feedback, I'm not getting it because everybody's just keeping their fingers on the buttons. Right. So I am going to put that card back in the pack. I'm going to ask you to like and share the post and keep doing that for me. But I'm also going to ask you folks as well, please. Can you just comment the once instead of doing it like multiple times, because it's holding the feed up, and it is holding the feed up. I've already put the card back in the pack now, folks. So please, please, please just comment the once, because you're holding the feed up, and then it's like I'm sat here, it's like watching paint dry, waiting for that comment to come back to me in the confirmation. And if I'm not getting the confirmation, I'm just going to put the card back in the pack. So please, please, please just do it the once. And, you know, have a bit of faith. You don't have to keep punching it in and punching it in. That's me telling you off now. Look, I'm getting grumpy. And as I'm saying, I'm getting grumpy. And I am aware I have got a lady stood beside of me who could have been really, really grumpy. And this is before she passed spirit side of life, because that was her nature. Where you going with it, honey? Right, I need the name Chris or Chrissy. It's sending hearts on its own now, Irene. That's brilliant, Glenys. That's my friends upstairs. Right. So I need the name Chris or Chrissy, spirit side of life, who would have been rather grumpy when she was here on the earth plane. Yeah. Because she's extra grumpy, spirit side of life. And I believe that's why I've just been telling all you are off, because you're not listening, you're not paying attention. So she said, nah, right, so, oh, right, Rennie came, they're just private readings, they're not private readings, they're random readings, my love, right? So you punch a number in, 1 to 72, the numbers are random. If I pick that number, that's a card I read, okay? Unless I get spirit in like I just have there. I've got a lady in from Spirit Side of Life who's wanting to connect. Right, where we're going, who we're connecting with. Right, and then, oh, right, I'm looking for Lindsay. I believe I'm looking for a Lindsay here on the earth plane. Anybody understand Lindsay here on the earth plane? Or is anybody watching with the name of Lindsay, where this lady's connecting place? I also want the name of Brenda as well. Right. Nobody's asking him. Nobody, no. Right, keep them numbers coming up. Right, we've got a Lindsay Dawson. Lindsay Dawson, is she on? Is she on? Or is she gone? I have got a lady, Spirit Side of Life, a little lady called Chrissy, or Chris, her name's Chrissy, and I need Lindsay. That's who I need. Hiya, girl. Oh, missed you. There you're at. Right, Beverly, you know Chrissy. Right, and Lindsay. Right, where's that gone? You just run all the way up there. Well, I'll bring you back down. Right, you know Chrissy, Spirit, and Lindsay on the earth. Right, Beverly, please keep listening for me, please. Where's Lindsay gone? Right, you're there. Right, Lindsay, can you hear, please? Can you hear? Can you listen as well, please? The lady I've got, Spirit Side of Life, she comes in, and I am going to say she is quite bossy. She would have been quite bossy when she was here on the earth plane, but she's still equally bossy, Spirit Side of Life. Her name's Chrissy. She wants to connect with the name of Lindsay, but I've got 2 years there who's connecting with the same lady. So please listen and I'll try and get it narrowed down. So she comes in and she's like, and that's how I feel. Okay, so there's something going on here on the earth plane where I want to punch. I feel like there's a little bit of violence or I need to sort something out. And that's how I feel. I'm like, oh, I really want to, and that's how she feels. That's how she comes in and that's how she presents herself there. But she comes in as well and she says, you know, some things as mountain out of molehills and things are made bigger than what they actually are, and there's no need for it. So I am going to say, where this is going on around you, there's been lots of upheaval, lots of upset, and lots of aggravation, because that's how I feel. She puts May month, June month, and July month right in front of me. So them 3 months are really, really significant to somebody here on the earth plane. Really significant. She talks about as well, please. I need to mention the name of Judith as well, please. The name of Judith. Would you understand the name of Judith as well, please? Because the name Judith she gives me as well. I have to connect to the name Judith and also the name of Emma. The name Emma, if I'm hearing it right. And there are another 2 names I need to bring forward there as well, please. But she comes in and she's saying, you know, temper tantrums are getting a bit too high now. We need to cool them down. We need to calm things down because things will sort themselves out. You've just got to allow it to happen, okay? So where this stuff's going on, take that step back. Take that step back. I have got an old pinny on. I've got an old pinny on here. So I would have had the old pinnies on, you know what you wear in the kitchens. That's what she makes me aware of. She brings back memories with that. But she's saying, if you can't understand the Judith, just remember I've said it, okay? Just remember I've said it, Lindsay. And Beverly as well, please, if you're still in with the, if you're still listening there as well, please. So she says, where all this upset's going on the earth plane, because she does come in quite angry and quite bossy, it's as if to say, you need to put your foot down. You need to put your foot down where this situation is and keep it going. Don't back off. Just allow things to happen, but put your foot down. Don't allow people to walk over you, if that makes sense to you. Right, so the card I chose was number 72. I took it right from the bottom of the pack to save me counting it out. So who's chosen 72? There's the card I've chosen, okay? And where this lady comes in and this card comes in, the number 72, I am going to say there's a little bit of deceit going on around you as well. Somebody's not totally trustworthy, and I want it where your finances are, okay? Or your materialistic stuff. Make sure you don't leave things laid about, because this guy who's very, very close to you, I've got the distinct impression, and this is from the card, there's bits going missing, okay? And you think you've misplaced it, and you haven't. All right. So that's what I'm going to say to you. So it's a bit like your bestest friend in the old wide world will say, lends 20 quid, and they've got no intentions of paying you back. So just be careful where your financial side is, okay? And I do believe, but again, they're not being totally trustworthy or honest, or somebody who you think you know you don't know. And that's what I get from this card, okay? So just a little bit of caution, and maybe keep your own counsel, and just be careful where you're putting all your stuff, yeah? Where you're putting your valuables, put it away, keep it out of prying eyes. And that's what I'm going to say to you. Right, I'm putting that back in the pack. Right, we're going to shuffle again, we're going again, okay? So Lindsay and Beverly, where you're saying with the Judith, just remember I've given you the name Judith, okay? Just remember I've given you it. Right, Michelle, if that was you, I've just read the card 72. So if it made sense to you, please take it on board. If it doesn't, don't take it. But yeah, so keep punching your numbers and we're going again. And again, like I said, keep liking and sharing. The more likes, the more shares we get, the better. Isn't it? And it costs you out. It's free. It's free to share. Right, so I'm a div. Right. I'm looking at your names now. Right. I'm looking at both feeds here. I've got some coming up on one side and some coming on the other side. Lindsay, you're on both feeds. I don't know what's going on with these feed things tonight, like, I really don't. Right, where have you gone? I'm looking for your name now. I'm counting, folks, I'm counting. Counting out loud, I am. Spirit side of life, Lindsay. Spirit side, not here. Spirit side, she was definitely spirit side. I didn't want her in the living, I want her on spirit. What, Lindsay, you're special? Don't know what you mean. Oh, you're on about somebody else, aren't you? Right. 2, 4. Right. I'm looking for the number 36. Who's chose 36? Anybody chose number 36? Nobody chose 36? No, you've got a few 25s. 36 I'm after. Pick up sticks. There's nobody chose 36. That's a card I've chose. All right, that's a card I've chose. Andrea, you said you did. You chose. Karen said no. 36. Right. Anybody else who's chose 36 before we go for it? Right, I'm just going to read it anyway. Right, Andrea, yeah. I know you said you did, but I was seeing if anybody else did as well, my lovely. I didn't not acknowledge you, I did answer you. Right, so I am going to say with this, again, as I look at this, I believe, what do I believe? What do I see? What do I know? Right. I am going to say to you, Andrea, at times, I can be a tower of strength to people around me, okay? And that's how I feel as I look at it. But sometimes I hide behind that tower. I make out I'm something I'm not in that sense, because I believe if I put that front on, I don't have to show people what I'm really like or whether I'm vulnerable, because that's how I feel, okay? That's how I feel as I look at the card. I feel a vulnerability about yourself or somebody you touch upon, where they build this brick wall and this tower right round them, but inside I feel as though I'm crumbling, okay? Because I can feel the emotion as I look at the card and as I touch the card. I feel the emotion there, but I feel as though I've shut myself off from the outside world as well, and I don't want them to be in there. I don't want them to see me for who I am. Does that make sense to you, Andrea, before I go any further, my love? Because that's how I feel, and I'm going to say I've had my fair share of bad things in my life. That's how I feel. And I do believe I've got quite a few family members, spirit side of life, or I've had a few tragedies there, spirit side as well. Does that make sense, Andrew? You give me 2 yeses down the bottom, please. Because I do feel as though life has been hard. It hasn't been easy for you. And that there is a coldness there. But I believe it's the way life's made you. And it's like I push people away. I have to push people away for you, basically, and I'm going to say for my sanity, meaning yours, because it's as if I can't be doing with people at the minute, because for me they cause more problems than solutions, and it's like, I don't know. I believe I get the blame for everything that goes belly up, and that's how I feel. I feel I don't know. I feel quite sad actually as I look at the card, because I feel quite lonely and isolated. But again, it's my own self-preservation. I've got to shut myself away from everything else to keep myself right. But at the same time, I crave for that relationship, what's not there, if that makes sense. Right, Andrea, would you understand the name Jack? Would you understand Jack? And I want Jack's spirit side of life. I'm just waiting for Andrea to answer me there, please. But that's how I feel. And I feel as though there's an absence of family members here as well. And this is where I'm getting my isolation from. But I feel like, again, like I'm saying, it's like my own self-preservation. So if you understand Jack, Andrea, and I want him spirit side of life, and I feel as though fatherly, grandfatherly vibration, that's how I feel as he comes in. And as he comes in there, my love, he fills my lungs, and I mean fills my lungs. He's filling my lungs with flipping smoke. Okay, so whether he's smoked or whether we've got a smoker here on the earth plane, but he makes me aware of that smoke there. Okay, but he comes in and he shuffles in, and he tells me, he's trying to do his best for your spirit side of life there. That's what he says to me, okay? And he wants to bring that love, and he wants to bring that vibration in where it lifts some of that energy, okay? Because he's saying at times your energy level is quite low, and he's trying to lift that energy level. But he talks about where the smoking is as well. He says you smell that smoke frequently, or he had his own personalised smell, all right? Whether he wore really heavy denim aftershave, because that's what he talks about, or he always got denim aftershave bought for Christmas, but that's what he gives me, okay? And that's what I'm smelling, the denim. That's what he gives me. He tells me as well, please, and right, Andrea, would Nana be spirit side of life as well, please? Because I have to mention Nana. And I want the name Nellie as well. Would you understand the name Nellie? Now, I'm not saying it's her name, but I have to give you Nell or Nellie as well. And I want Nana spirit side of life. Would you understand Nana, please, Andrea? She's coming in, she's getting all aggravated with me here, this lady. She certainly is getting aggravated. She's getting chewed up like I don't know what. And when she said she's getting chewed up, she tells me, you get yourself chewed up quite a lot as well. She talks about where you don't sleep very good, you sleep patterns out the window. And she comes in and she said, come on, girl, get your head down. Get a good night's sleep. It clears your mind, it clears your head. Does that make sense? It does. It clears your head, she tells me. But she's the proper philosopher for you. I can't talk now. She would have gone, oh, they're going mad again, right? This lady, Andrea, would have been so confused before she passed spirit side of life. It was beggar's belief. It was. And I believe she used to hide her money everywhere because she talks about her money. She used to hide it everywhere and people thought she was spending it or losing it, but she hid it. She hid it. She talks about the old tea caddy where money would be in there, but she hid it everywhere. Does that make sense to you there, please, Andrea? I keep wanting to forget your name because she keeps she keeps on she keeps taking the words out my head. She keeps taking the words out my head. So the money side of things, she tells me she hid it everywhere, here, there and everywhere. She wasn't bothered, but she hid it. But people thought she'd lost it or spent it. And when she passed, she said, they all got a shock when they found it. They'll find it here, there and everywhere. Andrea as well, please, would you understand where she talks about where there's somebody here on the earth plane that's using substance abuse? Substance abuse she talks about. My nose is going crazy here again. Would you understand that as well, please, Andrea? Give me a triple yes if you can understand that. That's all I'm waiting for. That other 3 confirmations there, the triple threes. The triple threes. Have you heard me? She's putting the words in my mouth and taking them off me. She's taking my nose off me. Andrew, would I be correct in saying as well where your mum's concerned we don't talk very often? Because she talks about that as well. Brilliant, right? So she shows concern where that substance abuse is, okay, and whether you're involved in that or you're in that company or in and around where this group is. She wants to take you away from that, okay, and she's saying it's no good. You need to come out of that. But she talks about where your mum as well is, please, where there's a gap or a distance or we don't communicate. Does that make sense? If it does, give me 3 more yeses, please. That's what I have to say to you, okay? Because I feel quite sad where my parents are concerned, where I'm not getting that communication or that support. That's what I should be saying. And this lady's saying you should be getting the support, and she tells me you're not getting it. If that makes sense at all to you, Andrea, triple yes it down the bottom. I am going to talk as well, please. I'll just wait for that confirmation down there of Andrea before I go one step further. Not your mum, but there's a distance, there's a gap there where I should be closer to somebody than where I am. That's what she makes me aware of, okay? Remember I brought that forward there, Andrea. Please remember I brought it forward and take it on board. And I don't mind being wrong because sometimes I do get things wrong, okay? Okay, there goes my head. Sorry. Right. I'm going to leave you with this lady's love and this gentleman's love and say to you there, Andrea, keep your chin up, my love. Take a few steps back and just wait and see. Watch and wait, she says. Watch and wait. Things will turn out for you. Trust me, she says. Trust, she said. Right. Courtney, would you understand as well, please, where there would have been a baby that passed spirit side of life and I want a little boy? I want a little boy, okay? Because I'm aware I've got a child spirit side of life and he's a little boy. And I want him around. If he's not with you, I'm definitely with somebody else here. I think I might be moving. Oh, God, me knows. Would you understand where there would be a little boy around the age 2, 3-year-old, please? Right, Amelia, if you can understand it as well, that's absolutely fine. But I want a little boy, spirit side of life, around the age 2, 3 year old. That's what I've just been given. That's what I've just been given. And I'm just waiting for Andrea to come back round there and acknowledge either way with that before. Right, I've got one yes there. Andrea, hold your horses, Courtney, as well. Don't go running away. I've got a little boy here. And Rachel, you can take it. You can take the little boy, aged between 2 to 3 year old. Yeah. Is Courtney saying yes? Rachel, you're saying yes. And there was somebody else as well. Was it? Right. Yes. Right. Andrea, you can understand it as well. Right. So where the little boy is, and I want around 2, 3 year old. I have to say he's with Spirit Side of Family. But I am going to say Andrea and Amanda, right, there's a few years who can understand this little boy. Please let me narrow this down because I don't want to be giving the little boy to everybody if he's not for you. Just let me see where I need to be with him. I'm trying to see what this little lad passed with and how he went spirit side of life, and I'm being given a few different things here, so I'm just trying to work out, folks. It's not that I'm all I know where this little boy is. I know he passed spirit side of life really suddenly. I don't believe he was poorly and then he passed. I believe he went suddenly. So whether this was a cot death or whether he choked or something around that area there. If that makes sense to any of the ladies who said yes to me, Andrea, right, he fell asleep. Yeah. And that's how I felt. Okay. I have to say he's absolutely perfectly fine, spirit side of life, and this attributes to a lot of what you've been going through, Andrea. And I want to say as well, where you think or you believe you've heard him crying or talking, and I'm going to say, yes, you have. Yes, you have. Okay. And that's what I need to say. That's a message I need to get out of you. I need to say to you, he's perfectly fine this side of life. And at times you think you've just seen them. You think you've seen him. And I want him round the side of the door in your living room where you've seen him. That's where he shows me. That's what I see. That's what he's putting in my mind's eye there. That's I can't talk. Look, perfectly fine. Courtney. I believe it's for Andrea. Andrea, can you understand the rest of it there? If you can, just give us 3 yeses and then we'll move over or roll over. Right. I've got an Irish connection coming in here, and I want him spirit side of life. And all I can hear is roll me over in the clover. Do it again. Yeah. So I've got memories there with the clover, and I'm taking the clover as island connections. That's where I need to be. I want to be in Ireland, and I want the look of the Irish as well. So somebody's either brilliant. Thank you very much. Right, Courtney, you can take the Irish. There's going to be a few of you who's going to take this, like with the Irish. It's like roll me over in the clover, do it again. That's what I keep hearing. So I am going to say it's a gentleman spirit side of life I've got, and it is an Irish connection one I've got because I know it is. What is it? Right, there's a few of you who are saying yes to me, which is good. I am going to say where the gentleman's concerned. he would have had a lot of trouble with his waterworks here. He talks about having a catheter bag fitted. He talks about where there's somebody here on the earth plane and spirit side of life would have had lots of problems with the stomach area, and I feel gallstones. That's what I feel. So if you can understand the gallstones and the waterworks and everything else that this gentleman's had, oh God, but there's somebody here on the earth plane that is suffering terrible with what have I got? I'm trying to work out what I've got, I don't know what the ailment is, so I can't tell you what the ailment is. Oh, it's quite painful whatever they're giving me, and I need to get the words out, because if I don't, I won't be able to get rid of it. I'll be sat here with stomachache. And I wouldn't care, folks. I had the name of it downstairs before I switched on, and it's gone. Oh, my Lord. Anyways, where this ailment is here on the earth plane, lots of love and healing coming in and around this area here. But it does feel like gallstones. That's what it feels like here on the earth plane, okay? So the gentleman with the look of the Irish, he's a lovely fella, and he's absolutely gorgeous, and that's how I feel with his energy, and that's what I have to bring forward first and foremost, where his energy is concerned. He tells me he went to spirit side of life really quickly, and he didn't get to do a lot of things he wanted to do. And I believe, Courtney, what he's saying to me is to say to you, don't sit on your laurels thinking, oh, well, I can't do this because of that. Or should I do this because of that? I need to say, just go and do that. Just go and do it. And that's how I feel, because he would have been really light-hearted when he was here on the earth plane. And he would have lived for today. And he's telling me he's got no regrets. He was just a bit... I just feel a little bit annoyed because he didn't get to do everything he wanted to do. But that's where he says for me to say to you, do everything you want to do, because I can't chop your hands off, wherever that means. But he does bring the look of the Irish in. So I am going to say there is a bit of good luck where financial side's concerned. But please don't quote me on that. I'm not saying you're going to win the lottery at all. All I'm saying is this gentleman makes me aware of there's going to be a little bit of good luck where money side of things are, okay? That's what he brings in, so that's what I'm going to say to you. That's a card I've chosen, and it's number 41, okay? It's a number 41. So whoever's chosen 41, keep listening. Or give us a yes down the bottom if you pick 41. I am going to say, as I look at this card, I keep wanting to find a Guinness here. Ah, bless you. Right, so who's chose 41? Anybody or nobody? Because the feet stopped moving here. I haven't got a 40 there, and I haven't got a 40 here. Have I missed it again? Beverly, you're saying it's you. Who else chose it? Yeah, Beverly, you were saying it's you. Right, so keep listening, folks. So that's the card I chose. And as I look at this card, I am going to say I'm a lot older and a lot wiser. I keep hitting my head on this flipping stupid microphone and all. A lot older and a lot wiser, okay, than what people give me credit for. People think I'm a bit daft, but I'm not. I see everything that's going on, and I know everything that's going on. And people tend to think that's me being nosy, but it's not me being nosy. That's me paying attention. All right. So I'm going to say to you, Beverly, you've got to start paying attention to what's going on around you. Okay. That's what I'm going to say to you. Because as the card states, is a wise old owl, aren't they? The wise, the very wise, and they know what's going on. And I'm not saying not so much of the old, but I am going to say to you as well, please, Beverly, it's as if to say I'm hanging on to things here that I need to let go of. All right, so I'm talking about things that have maybe gone on in the past or just recently where I'm hanging on to it and I should really be letting it go, okay? Because I believe it's not doing me any good. It's not doing me any good hanging on to bad vibes or bad feelings. That's how I feel as I look at it. If that makes sense to you, Beverly, give us 2 yeses down the bottom. If it doesn't, I'm probably way off the mark here. But that's how I feel as I look at the card. And I'm also going to say where wiseness comes in, where you are wise and you need to keep things to yourself for a while. All right, don't tell everybody what you're doing. Don't allow them all that knowledge, because they don't need to know. It's on a need to know basis. That's what I'm going to say. It's on a need to know basis. Now then, Beverly, would you understand the name Margaret, Beverly? But I want Margaret's spirit side of life, and I believe she comes in on a motherly, grandmotherly vibration there. She comes dead central to you. And if you can, give me 3 yeses. And if you can't, I'll take her back. I'm just waiting for Beverly to answer that last bit there. August month as well comes in, so I know we're in August now, so I am going to say there's a birthday that's just gone. And I need the name of Rachel as well, Beverly, if you could understand Rachel as well. That's the other name that's just been given, but I want Rachel living. I don't want the spirit side of life. So if it makes sense to you, Beverly, give us 3 yeses. That's what I'm waiting for there down the bottom. Right, so you say no to Margaret. Is that right, Beverly? If it's no to Margaret, put me no Margaret. But if it's you, Rachel. It's your nana, right? But do you understand anything else I've said on the card as well? Oh, yes, birthday. Hang on. Yes, birthday. No, Rachel. So on Rachel, oh, you're Rachel. Yeah, so we're getting it split here. So would you understand Margaret then, please? Rachel, oh, Beverly, you're saying no to Margaret. Rachel, do you understand Margaret? I think you said it was your nana, didn't you? Right, so we've got a bit of a split reading here, so bear with me, folks. So, Rachel, do you understand Margaret? I know I've just asked you that. I know. I'm just aware I've got a lady spirit side of life. Right, it's your birthday next week, and Margaret's your nana, and you can take Margaret and Beverly and the Rachel, right? But the Beverly, Glenys, is Beverly I was talking to, my love. So if you can understand the Margaret and the Rachel, please keep listening, right? So, Rachel, Nana, spirit side of life. Lovely, lovely lady as she draws close there, okay, as she comes in and feel her energies. But I am going to say to you, she could have been quite bossy when she was here on the earth plane, okay, and that's how she presents herself. So there's somebody here on the earth plane that's been a little bit bossy, yeah, or they're very much or very similar to this lady. See you later, girl. Very similar to this lady, spirit side of life, quite bossy, quite naggy. So she's saying somebody here on the earth plane is nagging and nagging and nagging away at somebody. Does that make sense to you, Rachel? If it does, give me 2 yeses down the bottom, please. Because she does come in and she's saying, it's yak, 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 yak. Yeah. And that's how she makes me feel. So she's saying, where it's going on here on the earth plane, sometimes it's always better to say your piece and then leave it. Stop nagging, because you'll get more sense out of them if you stop nagging. You're just making things worse. That's what I need to say, okay? That's how she comes in. She also tells me as well, Rachel, you can be quite catty-hearted, but you cry in temper, she tells me. You cry in temper. And that's what she makes me aware of. But she talks about where there has been an emotional time around you at the minute. If that's correct, Rachel, give me 2 yeses down the bottom. But she comes in with a great deal of love for you, my love. She does, and she tries to bring that strength in as well. Okay. Would you also understand a cancer condition as well, please, Rachel? Because she brings the daffodils in now. I'm associating the daffodils with the cancer. I could be wrong with that. or whether it was her favourite flower. But she brings daffodils in, but I have to mention a cancer condition as well. So I'm going to split it. I want the cancer and I want the daffodils, okay? Give me 3 yeses if that's correct. And I'm also going to say as well, please, whether there's an old injury here or a break on the arm here, because she puts that on me there and I feel as though my arm's been broke or I've got a fracture of some sort on this arm here, okay? She brings her in and she tells me lots of love and healing where that's concerned. But she says to me, you know, Rachel, at times you cut your nose off to spite your own face. That's what she says. And the stuff going on around you where you have cut your nose off to spite your own face and you'd sooner walk away, because she tells me you're so independent, you won't allow others to help you do it, okay? And again, if that makes sense, please take it on board what she says. I have to mention the angel or angels to you as well, please. And again, I want the angel of the north. I want the angel of the north, because she talks about that as well. She talks about as well, please, where somebody's either added something onto a gravestone, on the stone, somebody's adding a name, or there's something to do about or round about where a gravestone is, or there's been talk about gravestones. She brings that in, okay? Would you understand the name Charlene? I don't even know where that's come from. I seriously don't even know where that's come from. Oh, hi Laura, you're back on that side now. See what I mean about this feed? It's all going stupid tonight. You do. You understand the name, please? The Charlene. Do you understand the Charlene? Right. So she says to me there, just finishing up here, Rachel. There's going to be some, there's going to be some good advice given to you, and it's going to come within the next couple of weeks. Yeah. And what she says to me to say to you is, please listen to that advice. You don't have to take it, but give them the opportunity to explore, I can't talk, explain all your options, because there are options there, but you need to let them finish what they're going to say. She talks about where you want to move house or change location or address. And she's saying that is there, but you've got to listen to the options first without jumping in, okay? Because I believe you're not going to get where you really want to be, but the options that are there are just as good as the one that you can't have. If that makes sense at all to you, give us a triple yes down the bottom, because I'm going to flip and clue what I'm talking about now. But that's what she says. Be patient and listen to the options that's brought and given to you. Yeah. And that's what I'm going to leave you with, because she says you'll do your own thing anyway. I've gone ever so quiet there. You'll do your own thing anyway, she says to me. But listen to what's said, and she applauds you. She applauds you for saying, for being as brave as what you have been. And if that makes sense, take it on board. And I'm going to leave all her love with you, and I want to say thank you very much for that communication there. But thank you very much, Rachel. There goes my cob again. Right, folks, that was your last one for tonight. As quick as it went. And Marion, you've just found me, and we're just going, my lovely. So thank you very much for joining me again tonight, folks. Hopefully you'll come back on Monday, and we'll do it all again from 6 o'clock till 7. If you want to nip over into the questions and answer page and click on that poll where I've put up there, if you want to come and watch a paid view, go and leave me your comments on there and we'll take it from there. If there's enough people who want to come and do it, then I'll announce it. I'll sort a date and everything out. So thank you very much for joining me again. You're very welcome, Rachel. and I hope to see you all again on Monday. But have a lovely weekend, even though the weather's a bit pants. But it's what you make it, isn't it? So thank you very much for joining me.